Hi, Leslie here. I thought I would jump online and give you a little insight into my week that's just passed. It was my birthday week and a big birthday because now I get to collect my pension. I honestly thought it wouldn't happen. The UK government has kept moving the date out, and I never thought the day would come or there would be any money left. But it has, and everyone around me wanted to celebrate. So, I nothing I love more than having a good celebration. So I started the week, so this was last a week ago Saturday, with a visit to the country fair on the Euston Estate. It was hot, it was busy, there was very little shade, but it was still a lovely day out. I would say there was probably more dogs than there were us, followed by children, and grown-ups came a close third. But they had lots of things going on in the centre ring. They had a craft fair. We watched the JCB machines choreographed to music. The big machines were dancing. And it was obviously very popular because there were so many people sitting around watching. And because the sun was shining, we were all sitting on the hill getting some rays. So it was beautiful. That was Saturday. On Tuesday, I was treated to an afternoon at Island Hall in a place called Godmanchester, which is a little English village that I'd never visited before. And it was beautiful, and the owner showed us around, giving us the history and background of the hall and the people who had lived there. It's a Grade 2 star listed Georgian mansion on the Great Ouse in Godmanchester. And it's a private house. The family live in the house. It's not a public hall in the usual sense, but every now and again they do these special invitations that you have to pay for, but it's a private invitation to get a tour of the house by the owner. So I was really quite looking forward to it. It's a long time since I've done anything like that. So the house itself was built in the 1740s, probably, my note here, 1749. And it was originally constructed as a family home for a gentleman called John Jackson who was getting married. In England, listed buildings are protected because of their historical or architectural value. The grading tells you how important they are. The three main grades are Grade 1, which is exceptional, top tier stuff. Maybe Buckingham Palace is a Grade 1. I don't know, I'm just making that suggestion. But a Grade 2 star, which is what Island Hall is particularly important, more than special interest. And then we have the standard Grade 2 building of special interest. And this is really very common, most common. But anyway, Island Hall is now privately owned by the Vane Percy family. So it's mid 18th century Georgian mansion, and it was built for a local wealthy family. It changed hands over the years, was used by the RAF during the war, nearly lost after a fire, sold to the local council, the local authorities, who made it into bedsits, and then the current owner, or the father of the current owner, him and his wife bought the property back, restored it, and now it's a place that we get to visit and find out the history of the area and all around it. And it's in an absolutely beautiful setting, glorious, especially as the day we went, the sun was shining, and it was perfect weather. Now, that invitation also included a very typical English afternoon tea, little sandwiches of not cucumber, but cheese and ham and some chicken, and a beautiful Victoria sandwich to finish with, of course, the typical English cup of tea. So it was a very lovely day. Wednesday, I picked my daughter up from the train station because she wanted to come out and celebrate my birthday with me, which was lovely. She is wonderfully infectious, and she's contagious with her enthusiasm. So it's really a great person to have around when it's your birthday. When I came downstairs on Thursday, she'd blown up balloons, she put happy birthday signs up for me, and it was lovely. Again, the sun was shining, so we went for a lovely walk across the meadow and did a little bit more exploring than what I'd already done in the area. Needless to say, we were both working. So we didn't have any plans to do anything that day, and I just made arrangements and cooked our favourite dinner. So it was an early night. Saturday we celebrated with friends, and we had a ladies' lunch at a lovely restaurant. It's called the Leaping Hare. It's in an upgraded barn, refurbished barn on the farm, where they try to do everything sustainably. They use local produce. They use the vegetables and crops that they grow on the farm, or all the ingredients in the food. So it's all very seasonal, and they make their own sparkling white wine called moonshine, which is really lovely. Sunday we had home-based jobs to do, a bit of gardening, a bit of unpacking of boxes, which was wonderful because I had Abigail here to help me. And then we decided on Monday, because it was a bank holiday, so we had a busy day doing things on Monday, and then we'd finish the weekend, the long weekend, by going to see the Michael Jackson movie. Fantastic is all I can say. Although there were some things I hadn't known, even though I grew up in that era. So now here I am working away online, drawing my pension and feeling quite delighted with the fact that I actually receive one. Will I always get one? I don't know. I hope so, because I paid into the system for many years and it's something I'm entitled to, and you can't opt out. You can go into other private pensions, but you have to pay into the state pension. What it currently does for me is it takes away the pressure of retirement. Not that I'm planning on retirement, nothing quite so silly as that. I love working online and helping people to make money, whether it's for a purpose or because they need to supplement their income for the little treats in life, which was really why I stayed doing what I'm doing, because I came online for a purpose. After my husband died, it wasn't so much for the money. In fact, I didn't even know there was an online industry called affiliate marketing or anything to do with this. I was quite eye-opening, really, to see all these people online making money. But, the reality is that once I did get online, I realized the potential, and everything is getting so expensive. Inflation is unbelievable, and salaries are not keeping up. So that has been my week of birthday celebrations. Feels a bit flat today. My daughter has gone home, the sun is no longer shining, and I'm getting on with things that I needed to do. I just felt I wanted to share and give you a little bit of a window into my life. Now, not every week is like this, of course, but it's wonderful when it can be. So if you're interested in learning more about working online in digital or affiliate marketing, there is a link in the description. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow along. And I'll see you in the next one.